Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today I'd like to talk about a very important issue that has to do with students of knowledge and financial stability, things of that nature. Now you might think, a student of knowledge going abroad, learning the religion, coming back, teaching the religion, this is something they're doing for the sake of Allah. Their financial issues, it's not really our responsibility as an ummah to support these people, to give them money. Allahu alam, but I just want to talk about some of the ramifications of that sort of attitude. Now, we live in a time where Islam, despite the fact that it's all over the news all the time, still the amount of proper Islamic knowledge and understanding of the religion of Allah, it's so low. It's so misunderstood. Even us Muslims, we're so ignorant of so many of the most important fundamental things about Islam. So it's crucial, it's so important that we have people learn the religion properly, develop the sorts of skills that are necessary to invite people to Islam, to teach Muslims and non-Muslims about Islam, to put quality content out there for people to easily access, whether it be online, whatever works, you know. This is something that really needs to be a priority for us. And subhanAllah, it's not. It's really not, let's be honest. I like to present Medina and Saudi Arabia and seeking knowledge in a very good light, but there are so many struggles that come along with it. It's not an easy thing, it's very difficult, and particularly when you're an adult, you have a family, you have to provide for them, the amount of struggles that you can go through, especially when you don't have any sort of financial backing from the community, it creates so many problems that could be avoided if, inshallah, that proper support was available. Think about some of the things that are happening in the world nowadays just because people don't know about Islam. Let's start with the Muslims themselves. SubhanAllah, sometimes they're children, they're impressionable children, maybe in their teens, okay? And because they haven't been properly taught Islam, you know, they go and they find Islamic knowledge in the wrong places, and they join extremist groups, and they do things that ruin their own lives, ruin the lives of other people, and make the Muslims as a whole look bad. And there are a lot of terrible political backlashes as a result. That's one way to look at it. Another way to look at it is that, subhanAllah, many people who might think that they're Muslims and they're practicing Islam properly, they might be doing things that actually take them outside the fold of Islam. They might be committing shirk, doing all types of innovations in the religion, practicing the religion wrong. And subhanAllah, on Yawm al-Qiyamah, they might not even be rewarded for any of their deeds, and they thought that they were Muslims. May Allah protect us from that. And then not to mention the non-Muslims. The non-Muslims. Islam has been all over the news since 2001, to say the least. How long ago was that, and how many people still really have no clue about what Islam is? How is that possible? After all these years of Islam being in the spotlight, people still don't know about Islam. What are we doing as a community to let this be the reality of our situation? I did a podcast episode about types of Medina students a while ago, but if you didn't see that, I talk about how we need students, we need Muslims to come to a place like Medina, for example, or wherever you can go to learn your religion, and then go back to their countries and give da'wah. But a lot of us, we come here, number one, we struggle financially. A lot of people, they come, they struggle, they have families, they find themselves having to teach English and do all types of stuff to try to take care of their families, and they end up usually leaving a lot of the time. Or they waste so much of their time doing something like teaching English to people who really don't care to learn English. They're just wasting their time, okay? Wasting your time. And that's what they're spending their time doing instead of sitting with the shuyukh or memorizing Quran or learning certain skills here and there. You know, this is the situation we're in. The way a lot of my teachers address us, they tell us a lot of the times in the beginning of the semester, like the first day of class, they'll remind you about your intention and tell you that, you know, it's very important that you, inshallah, you make your intention for Allah, that you learn this information, that you implement it yourself, and then you teach the people. They emphasize that we go back to our country and teach the people, and they speak to us in a way that tries to help prepare us for that. You know, many of our teachers, they come in and they call us mashaykh, they call you sheikh, but then, you know, you go back home, you're not a sheikh, You know what I mean? No respect. SubhanAllah, I was talking to a brother not too long ago, and he was talking about how when he goes back during the summer, you know, he'll give khutbas, and it actually costs him money to commute from his house to the masjid to give the khutbah, and people don't even want to, they don't even want to help him out in terms of paying for the bus fare. I guess I'm just ranting. I don't know if I have any solutions, or I'm just I hope it's giving you a little bit of an insight, because somebody told me, they were like, Sajid, you paint Medina in a very nice light, but perhaps you should talk about some of the struggles, because people might think that it's all fun and games seeking knowledge. But anyways, the point I was trying to make is that, you know, here in Medina, they'll teach you Arabic, they'll teach you about Tawheed, about Tafsir, about the different subjects, but when it comes to actually giving da'wah, when it comes to taking that information and then trying to translate it, present it to the people in a way that appeals to them, that is relevant to them, and also just developing certain skills like public speaking. One summer I went back to the States, and you know, people that hear that I'm a student in Medina, so I was invited to go speak somewhere to an Islamic school. And one of my relatives was in this class, so she recorded you know, my talk, and I didn't know she was going to do that, but I'm glad she did, because I saw it afterwards, and I saw how terrible of a job I did. I was so nervous. I was looking down. I was just like reading off of a piece of paper, and it was terrible. And it made me realize I really need to practice my public speaking. I really need to figure out how to do this properly. So like, some people, they'll criticize me like, Akhi, you're in Medina, like, why are you making these videos and doing this and that? Like, you should be sitting with the shuyukh, and you should be studying and blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, you have a point. I agree with that. But at the same time, I always try to keep in mind what my teachers tell me about implementing the knowledge myself, and then going back and calling people to Islam. I don't come here just as some sort of a selfish gesture for me to get this knowledge, keep it to myself. I want to take what I'm learning, and I feel like it's my responsibility to teach it to everyone else. So yeah, my grades might not be as good as other people's grades, and I might not be able to sit with the shuyukh as much and go here and go there, but I'm trying the best I can to develop certain skills, so that when I graduate, inshallah, when I'm done, whether I graduate or not, when I go back to the States, I have some sort of skills. I have some sort of things prepared. I have Ilmstitute. I have some subscribers or whatever. I could die today, you know? I could die tomorrow. At least maybe I have something on the internet where, inshallah, I can get some good deeds. And that's the thing. So, I don't know. In terms of financial support, you know, I'm trying to come up with ways to develop these skills and also get financially compensated for it, because I've tried teaching English, and I feel like I've been sucking my relatives and my family dry for their money, and it's like, I don't know, man. I got the GoFundMe account. Alhamdulillah, jazakumullahu khairan to everybody who has donated. I really appreciate it. Some people have been very generous, very consistent with that. But I'm finding myself in a situation where I'm just not making enough. But at the same time, I want to keep this channel going. I want to keep new videos coming, new classes coming, so on and so forth. So I guess I'm just ranting, but I want to give you guys an insight as to what I'm going through. I'm just being honest. I'm just sort of wearing my heart on my sleeve right now. Maybe my content isn't worthy right now of getting donations. I want everything to be free. I don't want to sit there and charge you for this class or charge you for that. Why? I can put it online for free. You know, if you have the money and you want to support it, jazakallah khair. But I want everyone to have access to it, because it's not about the money. It's about spreading Islamic knowledge, spreading this religion. But at the same time, we have to survive. You know, we're students of knowledge. We don't have a steady income. And if you support us, then inshallah, when we go back to the States, we'll be ready to give khutbahs. We'll be ready to teach classes, and we'll be much better at public speaking. We'll benefit the people much more, rather than if we spend all of our time tutoring English to people or jumping into this. You know, sometimes, subhanAllah, there are little making money schemes, and sometimes, subhanAllah, we can fall into the haram, not knowing what we're doing, and lose money and this and that. There's all types of stuff that we try to do to survive out here. Anyways, if you've listened to this whole thing, I want to tell you about a new project I'm working on. It's called Ilmstitute Academy. It's not really ready to go public yet. Inshallah, when it is ready, I'm gonna make a video for it itself. But if you've listened to this vlog, then I'm assuming you're somewhat of a a loyal subscriber, I'd imagine. And you know, even though this first impression might not be the best, you'll still, you know, benefit from it. So it's called Ilmstitute Academy. The idea is, just like I'm using my smartphone right now to record this video, inshallah, I'm trying to work with other students of knowledge, people who I trust, I respect, I have some sort of a relationship with. Many of them have already appeared on this channel. We're going to try to teach just some of the basic things to you guys. We have the technology, why not use it? So the idea is to have classes that are about maybe 3 to 10 minutes long each episode. So the first class I'm going to be teaching, inshallah, it's called Islam 101, and I'm basically going over the basic fundamentals of Islam, the most important aspects. The reason I'm saying it's not really ready to launch yet is because a lot of the other brothers haven't recorded any of their videos yet, so there's not much up right now, but you can go check that out, inshallah. So hopefully, even though you might not be able to come to Medina, learn Arabic here and study with the mashayikh and this and that, inshallah, hopefully we can at least sort of teach you what we're learning here. This is why I asked you guys what classes you wanted to learn. Make dua for us, please support us. I hope that it turns out to be as good as I imagine it could be. May Allah put barakah in it. I just feel like in this day and age, with the technology, the resources, the opportunities, there's no excuse for this sort of thing to not exist. It just takes us a couple of minutes to hit record, to record a lesson here and there, put it up for free for everyone to see. So inshallah, you all benefit from it. If you're serious about seeking knowledge, then inshallah, please check it out. Anyways, I think that's enough. Jazakumullahu khairan for watching. Please support us. You know, check the link in the description, the GoFundMe page. Jazakumullahu khairan. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.